get that respect and response,
stand in front
and
of me?
you have a little bit more of a
Can you stand in
positive
front of the
experience when it
camera?
comes to paranormal activity. So
Hi.
we always say when you're going to a haunted building, kind of imagine going to your grandma's house, right? You're going to want to say hello, say goodbye, introduce yourself, be polite. You're not going to want to steal anything, things like that. So this is a really interesting part of Yorktown history.
Stand in front
It
so
is
I
an
can see
abandoned
you.
building, been abandoned for now 31 years. So please,
You don't
be
want to be
careful
seen.
as we're in this space. As an abandoned building, it's not going to be in the best shape. So I'll go ahead and hand it back over to Fred.
All right, as Steven said, it is not necessarily in the best shape. There is some amazing wildlife that will be inside of the building. Usually it's raccoons. And so if you see something all the way at the end of the hall that looks like perhaps it's a little person, most likely it is just a raccoon. There are several of them. Some of those raccoons are quite when they stand up, they can be really freaky. Occasionally you will also find, some flying insects, those kinds of things. I don't want you to be scared. I want you to, know it's an abandoned building and what to expect. Now before we go in there, I do want to tell you a little bit of an interesting story that happened kind of right behind you guys, right here on Main Street, in front of the hospital. Let me put in a little context for you all. This hospital, of course, closed in '86. By the mid-'90s, it was nothing, completely abandoned. And really, this place has had a lot of trauma for people in Yorktown. The hospital itself was a place where there was a lot of malpractice, a lot of trauma with even some of the nuns that lived here and some of the hardships they experienced over the years. And there are a lot of residents that really didn't want necessarily the hospital continue its life after it was closed down. And in fact, there were several people that just wanted it to be torn down. They campaigned for this for years. And a while back, several years ago, Yorktown happened to find themselves with the youngest mayor that Texas had ever seen. He was the mayor here in Yorktown at that time, and he was very passionate about tearing down the building. It was his goal when he became mayor to kind of beautify the city and to get rid of what he called an eyesore. And he was campaigning for that for a while, and one day, he was driving down Main Street, the street right behind you guys, and he had been drinking, and he lost control of his vehicle. He ended up crashing that vehicle, and when he crashed that vehicle, he was ejected out of it, and he landed right in front of the hospital. The place that he wanted to tear down would be the place that he would take his very last breaths in front of. I think it's kind of an interesting story. And I think it does speak to some of the darkness that's here. There's so many stories here. There's tragedies that families experience at an individual level, that the entire community has experienced at an individual level. So I think some of that trauma